There is a height differential and a discussion of height not matching up as we go forward examining this case. There's an argument against how tall someone was, what they really were doing, and what the perception is of their character. This is CommenterNation. You rocking with your boy CLEO, all rights reserved. Now, I've looked through the many photos, and after I've been going through them, I'm ready to go through the narrative. I'm ready to break it down and ask the important questions. Although that will be on the next one. What was the funny body language in the video? Why was there such funny body language? And I'm going to let you guys describe who. Who do you think had the funniest body language? You see, because I looked on stage, I seen body language. I was like, what's wrong with these guys? And you know, it's not CLEO. Everybody's saying, oh, CLEO. CLEO has great body language when she walks. Regardless if you guys see tears, remember I told you people handle situations how they handle them. You cannot judge a mother for how she handles the situation. It is her that is dealing with the pain. But what I do is I look at everyone else around. Like, here's my thing. You guys better not be using CLEO as a meal ticket. I'm saying that not only to people around her, but I'm talking about other artists. Don't be using her to get the fans because you guys couldn't gather fans and now something happened and you want to show you're aligned with her so fans can see her on stage. Don't do that. And if you are doing that, you better be paying her. Y'all better be paying CLEO for that. Because here's my thing. Tentacion was a transcending artist. What do I mean by that? I mean, the reason this series is so prominent to me is because I saw he was on his way to the top. I saw he was about to be the it factor in the game. But it seems like a lot of artists and a lot of people have stepped up and used this as their own ability to gain clout, and have chosen to put themselves in the forefront to say, oh, I support her and different things because they know the fan base that Tentacion had. Yet, a lot of you never made a song with them. Now, here's my thing. If you made a song with him, then you're with CLEO, that's okay. I can see that because you were musically involved with him. But everyone who's made music with him, I have not seen them even implicated to even be getting in photos with her. They're hurt by what happened, but they're not hopping to get in photos. Everyone and their brother who never made a song with him is hopping in a photo with her like that's cool. Like that's okay. Like that's a normal thing. That's what bothers me. How normalized is this? Is this clout chasing or is this pulling the energy of the it factor now that he's no longer active? Why is this? Some of you may have interacted with him on the backside and that's cool. But where's the music? Because you guys have her showing up to your shows, like you're gaining some level of clout, honestly, off of her presence. I hope you guys are paying her. You need to be paying CLEO to show up on stage and do all of that. CLEO, you better be demanding money to do that. These guys are pulling the energy of the son you created that was talented and trying to make a photo time out of it in order to build their reputation off of the many fans he had, which he had more fans than a lot of them. A lot of them. Like even I heard of them before them. A lot. That's why I'm saying there is some type of, let's say, generic ideology to pull her into the mix of show appearances, different things. And if you guys are doing this, you guys be paying her. Pay her. The same way I talk to YouTube and I say, YouTube, thank you for paying me. See, a lot of people take their weekend. They ain't making no money. I'm different. That's different. That's how I'll go into the mix. Because it's a business over everything else. That's why people don't make no type of, let's say, progression on their own self. Again, I don't care what other people think. I never have. That's why I've made it to where I made it. If I cared what everybody else think, I would be down and out. Because they don't think about other things. They think about themselves. Whereas I'm different. I think about other people. I know other people want to see information. I know other people are interested. That's why I reach out to the right people. Connections and networking make everything. It is the key, let's say, to realizing the receptacle that it takes to your dream. You can have any dream, but networking and connections will help you refine it to a point where you become greater. Again, we've been through this many times before. If music is the subject, the it factor would only make sense, right? So if music is the topic, pulling in the it factor only makes my understanding stronger. It only makes anything I'm trying to do stronger. Why are all these musicians doing it now that someone's gone? And did he really respect these people when he was here? You see, that is the key, okay? Did he respect these people when they were here? When he was here? Was he really associated with them, or did he stay clear of them for a reason? You see, even though she's showing up in pictures with people, yes, forgive and forget now, but get this. It's always done in a certain way that these people are going to be around now. They're going to be around now when it matters. And what's me holding it down without the cart sounds? I'm not worried about the shading. I'm not worried about people like that. He had the same head as Jason Statham. I can't make this up. I was like, Jason Statham? I was about to be like, yo, what you doing here? But real talk though, is there some type of motive, emotion to progress things for the betterment of their careers because of the energy he put off? And was he really affiliated with this? Was the it factor affiliated with some of these people? Even the people that said RIP, was that their moment to forgive and forget? But why couldn't you respect them when they were here? You see, that's very prevalent. If I never said this, I say this now. Respect people while they're here, even if they're disrespecting you. And they do things to be disrespectful. Respect them while they're here. Because like the saying goes, every dog has his day. Now, the only way I'm pulling that out the mix is because dealing with these people that had these badges on and was running down on people when they were doing other stuff on the backside, you don't get a pass on that. Because you threw a lot of people in prison for stuff you do normally. And we're going to leave it at that. But what was the motives around this? What was the motives of musicians hopping in video with her, hopping in things with her? And like I said, you should be paying her for this, because we don't know if what you're saying is genuine. We don't know how genuine these people are. If I've never seen you in a video with him and I've never seen you make music with him that help his career progress, how do I know you're genuine? How do I know it's genuine care and respect for who he was as an artist? This ideology, no matter how subtle this video may seem to you, it's going to be prevalent. It's going to be something that comes back in the explanation I'm going to give to you and an understanding we're going to create around the scenario. See it like a textbook. Yes, there's a build-up. Yes, there's parts around it to help give an understanding to how to do certain operations, and that's why it moves the way it moves. That's why we discuss it how we discuss it, because this is going to help us to understand the parts that matter. That's what it's about. Get it? It's the parts that matter. It's not about the other little things. It's not about the other little understandings. You need to look at the parts that are relevant to the scenario, to the situation. If you can't pick out what's relevant to the situation, you'll always miss the big picture. There's a lot of disingenuous people in life. There's a lot of disingenuous people, not only regarding family, not only regarding friends, but you got to know it's the same when you get in the industry. There's disingenuous people. And again, let me bring back something else why I described it. There's wolves. Some aren't dogs. Like, those my dogs. Some aren't that. Some are wolves. Career wolves. To see how they could boost their career at any moment versus what they're normally used to. And that's the issue. That's the problem. Too many people trying to boost their own career against the factors that really matter. That's what matters. Being genuine about what you say. Actually caring about the well-being of someone's family when they're not here. That is why I say, leave his family out of it. And if you're going to bring them in it, have good evidence. We talked about many different points, but we ain't talking about character. Because we need to examine situations and how it's synonymous in a synopsis to what we're discussing. Right? Objectively, everything. Because we're not in their minds. But we can watch, it's going to always come back. Body language. You watch body language. You watch evidence, how things unroll. You watch how they carry themselves, things they do, because ultimately when people are involved in stuff, they'll always give themselves up, especially when it comes with another human life. Look, I can be the most devout person about not caring about human life, but I'm going to give up my activity. I'm going to give up who I truly am. You're going to always show your colors on the backside. If there's prejudice, if there's some type of indifference in a person's heart, it's going to show. And once you realize this is when you get how people move and how to refine yourself in your movement. CommenterNation, how far has it come? How far has this grown? I've been doing it forever, talking about many different subjects, the same objective way with the evidence. But I've grown because I've seen the prejudice in others. Even the prejudice, see, prejudice is not just a race thing. You could be prejudiced against certain people being around you at a certain time. You need to know the good and bads of prejudice. Some people can't put that prejudice on people that are around them that are disingenuous. You're like, I'm going to keep taking this person's ill wills, and their ignorance, and I'm allowed to be around me because they're them. If you can't figure out not to keep certain people around you, to move with a certain unit and circle, you're always going to take that L on the side. That's why you have to build genuine people around you, real dogs around you. Everything has a concept. I'm not just here talking. I'm here teaching. There's a difference. We're not just objectively discussing things. We're real life discussing things because I know what it is. That's why I called out Redhead Troll Lady. That's why I called out Boxhead Warrior. That's why I told you I don't care what people think. Because if it was for the disingenuous people, I wouldn't even be accomplishing some of the things I am. But that's why you're just fuel, a power source for success. Something that most people won't get. CommenterNation, all rights reserved. We back in it. Let's get it. Get the day started.